Good morning. This whole weekend I have been doing my hair and listening to music from Blake Bassey. I've been working on this kind of digital detox, and I have good days and bad days with that. I'm still consuming YouTube. I love YouTube. YouTube is a blessing and also can be, I can overindulge. And it makes me less creative when I do. So I have been working to have better boundaries and continuing to navigate through this digital detox, which I'm eventually going to make a video out of it once I wrap my mind around it, because I'm still living it currently, but it has been really helpful to me. So I actually wanted to chat this morning because I was just thinking about being celibate on purpose, or not on purpose. Celibate, but not on purpose. I remember I would go through bits of being celibate because I was really struggling with the hold that lust and desire had on me. And it wasn't just because I just wanted to have sex. I loved having sex, but I loved having sex because it made me feel very close with someone. And that's all I wanted, was just deep connections. And that's a deep connection. The problem is when it's over, it's over. And it usually don't last that long. Sex lasts, I don't know. You know. And if you don't already have a deep connection with that person, you're just going to keep chasing that high. And I was realizing I didn't like the way I felt afterwards, because it really was a superficial act with others that I didn't have a deep connection with, and I didn't like the way it made me feel afterwards. So I had a lot of inner work to do to feel whole enough where I didn't need to search for deep connections with people because of what I was lacking inside, and also appreciating and honoring those deep connections that I already had. And maybe they weren't romantic or sexual, but they still were deep, beautiful connections with people. I felt like I needed to have this romantic connection in order to connect with someone. When I'm learning, as I'm experiencing now, I have a lot of beautiful connections with people. And they're the kind of connections that I want, that are deep and meaningful. And that, I felt that I was very unsuccessful in life for not having a partner. But then I would remind myself that I could have a partner, but I didn't want just any partner, right? And to honor the space that I'm in, and to be okay with the fact that I really want to have a connection with someone romantically that is a soul connection. And that's fine if that's what I want. And understand you pay a cost for anything that you want in your life. And that cost it may take you some time to find that mate, or maybe should you maybe never find that person, that, I guess they call it soulmate. You may never find that person, and that's okay too, because you will foster deep connections with people if that's truly who you are inside, and you have deep connections with yourself. You'll notice that you will start to attract those kind of people that are on the same wavelength, just like when I was looking for sex. I was attracting people that were looking for sex too. I never ran out of, I could definitely find an opportunity to be lustful and sexy. And, I could find it. I had a host of people. But being celibate, not on purpose. I would be celibate. Let me circle back. On purpose. Because I was really struggling with abstaining from sex in that way with people that I didn't have a deep connection with, because it was becoming harder for me to find people that I could really have a deep connection with, only because I was struggling to have a deep connection with myself. I was still working through that. And I think I met a gentleman that honestly was perfect for me in that way, but I wasn't there yet. And that's fine, that's fine. I wasn't there yet. I couldn't see really what was good for me at that time, because I wasn't all the way good for me yet. You know what I mean? So I was attracting people that wasn't that good for me, because I wasn't that good for me. So I was more compatible with them. It is what it is. So since I was really having these struggles with myself, these battles with myself, I would go celibate on purpose. And it felt, I think that that it was good for me to do it. I do. I think it was good for me to do it, because the more space I would give myself from sex, the more I could really sit with myself and deal with myself. But just because I was going celibate on purpose didn't mean that I was truly ready to be at a place where I didn't need sex. So I would go celibate and then get out of it, go celibate and get out of it, because I was still working through myself. It's just like if you're, trying to stop drinking or smoking, that's a journey. It's a process. Most people quit a million times, not even a million times, but they quit a lot, and, have a setback before they finally quit, right? And I don't think sex is like that for me, but I did have to go celibate a few times, and really keep working on myself until I was completely good with myself. And I think that's still a journey anyway, but at least I have a better foundation now. But I don't look at sex now as something that I have to withhold myself from now. My whole perception of it is different, because I am more sure of myself and I trust myself. So if I found someone that I wanted to have sex with, then that means that I should have sex with them. You know what I mean? That means that I feel a connection, and it feels good to me to do that. So I'm not, at this point in my life, I'm not withholding myself from sex, because I trust myself. I'm not ashamed of sex. I'm not ashamed of my sexuality. I think it's beautiful. But the problem was I was using sex as a coping mechanism, So I was having it treat other things, but it was causing other problems, right? So now I'm celibate, just cause, not on purpose. I'm celibate. I have been, let's see, almost 6 months now. And I was thinking about it the other day, like, I haven't even thought about it. I haven't even thought about, wow, you haven't had sex in a long time. Right? Because sex to me now is a beautiful expression, but I don't need to express that with everybody. So I don't even feel the inkling to do so. I felt it one time. I went on a date with a guy, and I made some dating videos. You should go check that out. I went on a date with a guy, and he was very, 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 very attractive, but not just attractive. He had a really good spirit about him. I really liked his personality. He seemed just like a good, like he just felt like a, okay, so to put it in words, which is hard to do, I feel when you have sex with someone, you're really connecting. You are absorbing their energy, their frequencies, right? And I felt that I was okay. I would be okay with absorbing his energy, his frequencies. Whereas there's other people, I was on dates with, and I was around, and I was like, they had so much going on, so much I could feel that they were working through, so many just inner demons, or I don't know what you call it, right? Just the frequency of their energy was just at a place that was not in an alignment with mine, and I didn't want to absorb that. So for me, it's a feeling. It's me understanding what space they're in, and if I want to absorb that, because I feel our energies are, we take in other people's energies, and I don't want to lower my frequency, if I can make that make sense. With absorbing other people's energies that are not in alignment with mine, and you just talk to somebody, you're just around them, you can get that, and so I felt that with him, that his frequency was it was really high, and I really enjoyed it. And that was the first feeling I've had in the last 6 months of, having sexual feelings towards somebody, right? Because now, if your energy and your frequency isn't at a certain place, like I'm not even thinking about having sex with you. I don't even have that yearning, that desire to have sex with you. And that's honestly because of all the inner work that I've done. And again, you are what you want to attract people on the same kind of frequencies as you are. As when I was, really working through a lot of trauma and really using sex as a coping mechanism, I was attracting people on the same frequency. You know what I mean? And I feel like no matter what frequency you're on, you're going to attract people from all over the gamut, right? But what you're usually attracted to is, a similar frequency. So that's why you are what you attract kind of makes sense, right? Even though you're going to attract everybody, but what are you going to connect with? What's compatible? And that usually says a lot about what frequency both of you are on. That brings that compatibility in that way. So I trust myself now to, pick a better frequency for me, something that's going to keep me at my higher frequency, or a frequency that I feel is good for me, and I'm not going to absorb frequencies that are not. And I have this big thing about respect. If I feel someone does not respect me, does not respect my humanness, does not see the value, the God in me, or whatever you want to call it, I don't want to do that either. So right now I'm celibate, but not on purpose. If I could wrap all that up, that's why I'm celibate, but not on purpose. I have not found someone that, I feel that I can absorb their energy in that way, because that's a big energy intake you take from somebody. I know they call it soul ties or whatever. There's a lot of words, a lot of phrases, but man, that's a big energy absorption to me when you have sex with someone. And so, it's just like taking a medication. You want to be careful, you got to make, you don't want to just be taking too much of it. You don't want to, if some of the medications ain't good for you, you got to take another, okay? It's just like what you eat, that matters. Anything you consume really has an effect on you. It changes you in a way. So sex is not separate from that. You're consuming someone else's energy. I want to eat. I have a particular diet that I like in sex, if that makes sense. So, yeah, celibate, but not on purpose. It's a cool place to be, because I feel you're respecting yourself and you're not shaming yourself about sex. You're not in a place of lack. You're not like telling yourself, oh, don't you have sex? You're always shaking your finger at yourself. It's none of that. It's just that, you know, you're 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 respecting your body. You're respecting your wishes, to who you want to connect with spiritually, the people you want to surround yourself with, the people you want to deal with. And it's a beautiful feeling because, that you're still open to sex. You think it's beautiful. It's, you respect it, and you respect yourself. So it's a freeing feeling, because you're not putting yourself on punishment or nothing like that on purpose, as when I used to be celibate on purpose, it was like, oh my God, I really want to have sex. Now I'm just like, damn, you ain't had sex in a while. Ain't that somebody? Wonder if you gonna have, I wonder when you gonna have sex, or if you gonna ever have sex. That's an intriguing question. And what's even more beautiful about it is that I'm not even like, oh, what if you never have sex again? I was like, okay. That means that I haven't found the opportunity to connect with somebody in that way I have before. I have a child, obviously. When you experience a lot of things in life, you truly get to understand that none of it really truly makes it, none of it truly really fulfills you. It does shape who you are. Your experiences do shape who you are, because that's the data you take in. But it never truly makes you feel fulfilled. That's on you. So no matter what people go through, and certain people can go through different experiences, but if they truly have fulfillment in who they are and what the life that they have, that dictates, that really dictates their life, because it colors their lens in a certain way. So, yeah, I've experienced having a child, but say someone else haven't. That doesn't mean their life isn't as rich, It's all about their perception. But for me to experience certain things, I'm always reminded of that. That, yeah, I had that experience, but man, it doesn't really truly fulfill me. That is up to me. That is up to how I view the world and how I view my life, and the gratitude I give to it, So me being celibate at this time doesn't seem like a horrible thing, I'm just like, it's just an experience. If I have it, fine. If I don't, I don't. I still have joy within what I have. And again, that took a lot of time, a lot of inner work to get to that space. And it's still inner work to be done. But being celibate at this time doesn't feel like a place of lack either, So it's an intriguing place to be celibate, not on purpose. Let me know if you're celibate not on purpose in the comments below if you feel so inclined. Let me know if you're celibate on purpose if you're so inclined, and how that's going for you. It's a personal journey, and we're all just doing this journey called life, you know. Let me know how you feel about this video, if it made sense. I felt like I was all over the place. I'm just completely freestyling right now. So just let me know if it was, you know, if it made a little bit of sense. And if not, I don't mind having some great conversation, some feedback and all that, constructively, respectfully, right? But I am going to go. I'm having finish my coffee and do some things. I woke up super late. I slept in, which was beautiful. I haven't slept in so long. So man, to sleep in until 10 something, it's already noon, about to be noon. That is an oddity for me. But I am blessed to my body to allow me to get rest. I feel like I needed to catch up on some rest. So I'm starting my day in the afternoon. You know, it is what it is out here, okay? I hope you have a blessed day. I shall talk to you soon. Bye.